The Ukrainian Defense Forces destroyed 2 bridges in the Belgorod region. FPV drones were used in the attack. The Russian military mined the crossings in advance in case of the Ukrainian forces' advance. The Ukrainian Armed Forces discovered these caches and were able to detonate them remotely using attack UAVs. The Ukrainian Army showed footage of the successful operation, confirming the destruction of facilities. Now the supply of Russian troops in the region is complicated, and the number of available routes has been significantly reduced. The reaction in the Russian segment was painful. The Z Resource, Northern Channel, which is connected with the Russian army, admitted that Ukraine's strikes were much more effective than Russia's own actions. For how many years have we been dreaming about that very strike, on the decision-making centers? How many times have we puffed out our cheeks and threatened? And then, bang on the cabinet of ministers of Ukraine in Kiev. Well, it banged, so. No joy, no effect. Nothing has changed at the front, the course of the war has not moved a millimeter. And now we look at the Ukrainians. Drones hit 2 bridges in the Belgorod region. Now there is a minus in logistics. There are fewer routes, fire control is simpler, it is harder for our guys, wrote the propaganda resource of the Russian Federation. Ukraine continues to methodically deprive the Russian army of the ability to move quickly and supply its units. At the same time, Russia's strikes on civilian targets remain symbolic and do not change the situation on the front. Earlier, Ukrainian UAVs destroyed 2 radar stations in the Rostov region. Acting governor of Rostov Oblast Yuri Slyuser confirmed on his Telegram channel that there was a massive UAV attack on military and strategic facilities in Rostov Oblast. But he says that Russian air defense allegedly repelled the air attack, destroying and intercepting UAVs in Novoshakhtinsk, Kamensk, Semikarakursk, Milorovsky, Tarasovsky, Krasnoselensky, Dubovsky and Shalakovsky districts. According to Slyuser, dry grass caught fire in Tarasovsky, Milorovsky and Dubovsky districts due to falling drone fragments. The fires were quickly extinguished. It should be noted that President Volodymyr Zelensky promised an asymmetric response to new massive attacks on Ukraine by the Russian army in early September of this year. According to him, Russia must feel the consequences of its impudence. Footage of the Ukrainian Army's operation in the city of Arwelsk, Kursk region of Russia, has been released. As can be seen from the footage shared on Telegram channels, Ukrainian aerial reconnaissance aircraft struck military equipment of the occupying Russian army, trucks carrying military personnel and ammunition, as well as passenger cars in which Russian soldiers were moving near the city with kamikaze drones. As a result, all targets were hit, and a large number of military equipment and trucks, as well as a large number of personnel of the occupying army, were blown up and destroyed. Ukrainian Armed Forces unmanned systems forces again attacked the Druzhba pipeline, which the aggressor uses to pump its oil to the European market. A major fire broke out at the energy facility. A video with the results of the operation was published on Telegram by the SBS commander Robert Magyar Brovdi. The target was the Linear Production Control Station 8N in the village of Natopovichi, which is in the Bryansk region of the Russian Federation. Good evening, we are from Ukraine. Within the boundaries of the voyage by Russian oil tankers. The facility is of strategic importance for the transportation of oil products from Belarusian oil refineries to the Russian Federation, in particular, from the Moser and Novopolotsk oil refineries, Magyar wrote. He specified that the operation was successfully carried out by units of the 14th SBS Regiment, as well as the missile forces and artillery of Ukraine. To be continued. We are waiting for Russian groans and gasps in open sources. It is interesting there. Gasoline is becoming a scarce liquid, and gas and oil are fast burning, added the SBS commander. The unmanned systems forces have previously attacked Druzhba oil pipeline facilities several times. In August 2025, at least 17 strikes were carried out on Russian oil refineries, storage facilities, and pumping stations, including the Oneka Druzhba station and the Nikolskoye Transneft Druzhba oil pumping station. The Oneka oil pumping station was attacked on August 13 and 22, causing a fire, and on August 18, a strike on the Nikolskoye station completely stopped oil pumping through Druzhba. Ukrainian forces are demonstrating a growing ability to target key parts of Russia's energy pipelines. The attacks on the Druzhba pipeline show how infrastructure previously considered secure is becoming vulnerable. This affects not only Russia but also its oil-consuming countries, including Hungary and Slovakia, which have repeatedly protested the disruptions. Kyiv says attacks on Russian fuel facilities are intended to undermine Moscow's war effort and disrupt its supply chains. Ukraine has repeatedly targeted Druzhba in recent weeks, causing temporary disruptions to shipments.